The sun scorched the earth beneath my feet, baking the dust into my armor, seeping through the cracks of my gauntlets. My throat was dry, my breath heavy behind the metal of my helmet. The air smelled of sweat, blood, and the distant smoke of torches licking the sky. The walls of Jerusalem loomed ahead, tall, defiant, unbroken. I tightened my grip on my sword, the worn leather of the hilt pressing into my palm. My brothers in arms stood beside me, their chainmail clinking as they shifted in restless anticipation. The cries of men echoed through the battlefield, the wounded, the dying, and those ready to kill in God's name. Then came the signal. A horn blared from the ranks behind us, deep and thunderous. It was time. With a battle cry ripping from my throat, I surged forward, my boots pounding against the sun-baked earth. Dust rose in thick clouds as we charged, our banners snapping in the hot wind. Ahead, the defenders of the holy city braced for the assault. An enemy warrior emerged from the haze, his curved blade flashing in the sun. He rushed toward me, his movements swift and precise. Time slowed. I could see the sweat dripping down his brow, the fierce determination in his eyes. He was no different from me, a man fighting for what he believed was right. But there was no time for hesitation. I raised my sword just as his blade arced toward me. Steel met steel in a shower of sparks. The force rattled my arms, but I held firm. My training took over. I pivoted, bringing my blade downward, aiming for the opening in his defense. He staggered, blood staining the sand beneath him. His lips parted as if to speak, but no words came. I did not stop. I could not stop. Jerusalem awaited. We pushed forward, scaling ladders, dodging arrows that rained from above. I felt the sting of a blade glance off my shoulder, heard the desperate cries of men locked in combat. There was no turning back. And then, after hours of bloodshed, the gates were breached. The streets of Jerusalem stretched before us, a maze of stone and fire. The city was ours. But as I stepped through the broken gates, my sword heavy in my grip, I could not ignore the truth that gnawed at the edges of my mind. Was this truly victory? Or had we only traded one war for another?